It's time for Transformers, the show! From Michael Bay to Marvel, you take every workload in between. Breaking news and toy reviews, every robot stands wet dream. Grab a brew and join the crew, become part of our scene. Bring your mom, let's drink her own, make sure you're at least 18. Welcome to the show, set party and let's blow. Friday nights, let's go, Transformers, the show!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Transformers the Show. We've got loads coming up tonight. We're going to have a discussion. So we're talking about paywalls. Are they a good thing for robots or our access to them? And we're also going to discuss where's the best place on the internet to talk about, well, specifically Transformers. Surprising, number 2, it's Mumsnet. But all that and more, plus we've got Foreplay, which is our best ever hidden gems to the Gemining. Is coming up. All that and loads more. The Gemini, the Star Wars the news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the news. Shit. Sorry, I was too busy laughing at the Gemini. Right. Let's start with blockies because I knew how much Mick looks forward to every week. So lots of people have received their Transformers blockies Defenders version 05, which includes bots like this. A little bit of Skyfire / Jetfire, depending on which way you want to look at it. I mean, it's Skyfire really, but let's not be a dick about it.
Nah.
Galvatron. These aren't the only ones. There are others that I will be showing off, but these are widely, the videos of them at least, and photos are widely available now. Friend of the show, Mr. Gav Spence, he did his own live build during the week as well, so you can go check that out after the show. There's the Lambros.
Quite cool.
Good. Well done, blockies.
And with the correct head on side swipe there, which I will come back to later, for those who aren't aware. What else we got? There is the Streaker of Suns. That sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? But you know what I mean. I love that shot.
Yeah.
That's
very
very cool.
They have been on point, haven't they, with their product shots since day one. Their videos as well, and their stop motions, and the talent they get to use it. They're on it, aren't they, blockies?
They really are. I mean, it does make you kind of want, even though these aren't necessarily the scale of blockies I would collect, it makes you want them.
Really
there is, believe that's one of the chase figures, the Shattered Glass Jetfire / Skyfire.
I don't know what the fascination is with Shattered Glass.
I think it's just the color schemes sometimes. I love the color scheme for Shattered Glass Skyfire, but you know. There's Reflector, or at least one of them. The boy Cyclonus again. Shattered Glass Soundwave with his headband. A Skyfire alt mode.
That's quite cool. I wonder if you get a flight standard, but you don't.
You can do that if you want to.
Fuck you, proportion.
Anyway, so they're all out there and probably available to buy from wherever you get your favorite blockies, wherever that might be. And then, speaking of Skyfire / Jetfire, here's some comparison shots between the SDCC Void Rivals Jetfire and Siege Jetfire, which came from Twitter user Ishikawa Sunday. Sorry, Ishikawa_Sunday. And you can definitely tell the difference in the whites.
So much.
It is. I just wish they'd ironed out a bit of that siege detailing, made it almost a little bit more simple and a little bit more toon accurate, which is normally I want the opposite. But
would have cost them money. This is just repainting them. you ask too much, sir.
That's a silly thing to ask for.
We'll get on to more controversies later. Anyway, yeah, it depends what you want. If you the Siege one was always supposed to look a bit more weathered because he's supposed to have been part of the war and everything, and formerly a Decepticon, of course. This one is supposed to represent what we saw in the Void Rivals comics. and is much more clean and white in that sense. And a nice Spider-Man style photo to finish.
Huh.
There they all are.
That's cool.
And so there's that. Then we got some more blockies because I downloaded these photos in the wrong order. So more of the Defender version 5. You've got the alt mode with trailer for Optimus Prime. I like that's the first time I've noticed that Sideswipe's legs are actually up in the air because he's going so fast.
Oh, well.
He's just clinging on for dear life. Roller pulling the trailer. That must be another one of the chase figures, I assume, because it's a translucent Optimus Prime who can stand inside the trailer, as is the style of the time. Onslaught in vehicle mode, at least.
Really looking forward to seeing what Bruticus looks like.
And there's Swindle. It does look like it's had like their eye, and that reminds me of that little car. What was he called? Boom? No, what was the little car called? Remember from the kids' TV program? Somebody was it Vroom? Oh, I was right.
Brum.
Rum. Yeah, that might be it. That sounds more like Vroom. Sounds more like it should be an actual look. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you say room?
No, Vroom. Vroom, as in room.
Oh.
Sound like that. Vroom, vroom. Anyway, right. Let's move on to something else. So that's enough blockies for now. Possibly. I can't remember. There might be more. This is 3.0's Transformers DLX Bumblebee movie Starscream. Some more information was put out by 3.0 on this, and it shows off some of his articulation and details. It's certainly very, very detailed. If you are a Movieverse fan, I am sure you'll be very, very excited for this.
You'll bloody love it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's definitely Starscream and not Blitzwing. Anyway, and then Takara put up their pre-orders, or updated their pre-orders for May 2026 via Amazon Japan, with listings for their Age of the Primes, T-Spark, Studio Series, and MPG figures. Now, we have seen photos of these before. I can't even remember if these photos are different to the ones we've seen before, but you maybe see a bit more detail on them. So anyway, we got Quintus Prime.
Quintus Prime. It's quite cool.
I have to admit, I actually think it looks a little bit better in these photos than it did to me before.
Very Quintesson-esque.
Yeah, I mean, the alt mode is very much a alt mode because we say it's an alt mode. If you stick a cockpit on it, it's an alt mode. Visible hand syndrome, just to look, just to ruin it for people.
I liked it before that. I didn't see that.
God damn it!
It's out the basket.
I quite like the bot mode though. That looks all right. It looks all right. Leave him alone, you shit. Anyway, there's Blast Off. Very toonish. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I'm just... Not everyone's a Toon guy. You hear me, Rohan? If you're watching, not everyone's a Toon guy. Yeah. So, I like...
Good alt mode. I like the alt mode.
Yeah. I love the massive Decepticon insignia just above the cockpit, just to make sure people know, in case there was any doubt by the little ones on his wings. And I think, just looking at it, this looks based off one of the aerial bot molds to me. At least when I look at it in robot mode. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it's all new, original mold. There's Sure Shot and Spoil Sport. Spoil Sport's a great name. I always thought he should have been a Decepticon, though. A name like Spoil Sport. And it still looks mint. And I've actually changed my mind on... I was looking for a really minty, perhaps even boxed Sure Shot. Yeah. And now I've kind of gone, actually, I'm just going to get this, I think.
Well, the Target Master's the same, isn't it? So
it looks exactly the same.
I'll just get this one.
Very similar. Thank God Hasbro made no effort whatsoever with the Target Master.
Oh,
There you go. Or at least with updating it. But I like this. I like this a lot because I'm a G1er, apparently. Then we've got Quick Strike. So this is, of course, a Beast Wars toy, as I'm sure we all know, as massive fans of Beast Wars.
Who? What now?
I've seen the original of this, and to me, this looks not identical, but a bit like the Sideways they did, which looks so much like the original Cybertron toy of it that like there's not much difference. This looks very much a faithful update, and I know some Beast Wars fans. Yes, I talked to them, and they are fans of this, as I'm sure we all are. Isn't that right, boys?
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Paul's not even watching. What? Yep.
This is Dinosaur, isn't it? Is it Dino?
Yeah, that's the one.
Dino Bot.
That's right. It's
Dino
Dino.
them all.
And there is Sideways, as I mentioned before.
He's cool, isn't he? He looks really good.
I really like it, but I did see one reviewer who made the point that if you've got the original, you might not need this because they're so close together. And by the same count, if you've got this, you might not need the original. They are very similar. The new one has got a little bit more articulation, but then loses one or two other things. So it's up to you.
I mean, to be fair, you might have a Ford Fiesta from the 90s. There's not a reason not to get a new one, is it?
You're always wanting 90s cars. What is it with you? You should have gone with a Vauxhall, though.
Should have gone with
Cavalier.
Only for you, obviously. For anyone else, get a Ford. Anyway, there is the weapon thing with the Cyber Planet key, which doesn't actually do anything other than look good and plug in. And then they showed off some of their other stuff. So we've got Jalopy, who we've seen before. Just because we've seen these before, I'm going to speed up a little bit.
For Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Not just Pete's, everyone's. Come on. Too fast. Anyway, there you go. Jalopy, which is based off that Junkion mold we've already had, whose name has completely escaped me for the moment. There's their masterpiece MPG, I should say, Soundwave. And again, we've seen photos of this before, but this is what Takara are putting out there. Does it make you want it more or less?
Makes me want you more.
Obviously. Standard.
I can see it happening. I can see me selling the original one I have and then buying that one. Even though I don't need another Soundwave. That
Does look good.
Is the hand blaster thing does that come with the original one as well?
Yeah.
Is it literally the same stuff? Right.
Yeah. Just much better colours.
I think that's what will do it for people. It's the colours. And as somebody who traded out a Triptychon for another Triptychon because I preferred the colours, I can't really have a go here. There's the bits and pieces.
Dave said, are we all bored of Soundwave? Yeah, and it does seem a little bit odd that they've released the Chug one and now they've released this one so close together. Bearing in mind it's such a similar looking
Yeah, but
robot.
Soundwave's like the Decepticon answer to Optimus Prime in terms of let's not chuck another toy out there and then another toy and another toy. Because Megatron's more problematic, isn't it? We get a lot of Megatron toys, but I don't know. I feel like Soundwave's almost become more the face of the Decepticons. Anyway, there's Arachnid from TF1.
It just looks so similar, though, doesn't it? He looks identical pretty much all the time. Like when you get a new Optimus Prime, there's quite some differences, and Megatron as well, you get some differences. But if there's the one Transformer which just looks the same every time he comes out, always quite similar, it's always Soundwave. But this looks cool.
Well, they have changed his design in the past, but I don't know if it's been as popular with 40-something-year-old men who go on the internet to moan about it. Not that I know any of them.
That's what we
anyway.
should call the show.
Good evening, chat.
40-something-year-old men who go on the internet to moan the show. There's Windcharger. And I don't know why, but in these photos, I noticed his face sculpt more than I had previously. And I quite like the face sculpt, making him look like a miserable old git. I can relate. Relating so hard right now. There's the car mode. Keeping that Penny Racer look a little bit. There's him getting blasted in the chest and dying off screen, just so we can recreate it or pretend it never happened. Options. Options are always good. And there it is if you stick the last effect on his car mode. Okay. Like somebody's thrown a bottle of piss at him. And then, because we haven't had enough of them, here's some more blockies. So this is the Shining version 04 Shattered Glass Starscream. So because Pete's such a big fan of Shattered Glass, blockies have decided to get a Shining version Shattered Glass Starscream out there. Just revealed this week.
People holding hands.
Looks good. I don't collect them anymore. But
I'm
go
out.
get them. Go get them all. Go grab them all. Go collect them all. You won't be able to,
interest.
by the way. You will not be able to collect them all.
If you're going to buy some, you might find some for sale from Mr. Paul Farrell. All good Transformers groups.
Over 100.
To be fair, you did last longer with them than I thought you would.
Thank you. I bought Series 7 that just didn't open them.
Do anything with them. Anyway, just before, while we were setting up for New York Comic Con, or Hasbro were, we got these photos from, I don't want to massacre this name, but I think it's Shimon Amaya at New York Comic Con. And what we've actually got, apart from a shot of what appears to be Evan's backside there, is photos from the bots that were going out that were new and interesting, including our first proper look at Thundercracker, the Studio Series Thundercracker. Literally, see if you look, they're setting up. And wait for it. Hey, there's Evan. That's Hasbro designer, Evan.
Hi, Evan.
Hi, Evan.
Do you think this
No.
needed updating?
Does any of them need updating beyond the search for more money? Probably not, but then lots of people, I mean, I saw a lot of comments saying that at first glance from a distance, people thought this looked like a masterpiece version.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's got to be praise, I guess, unless you think the masterpiece version is trash.
It's old, isn't it?
I think it did. I think it's very toon again, isn't it? When you look at the head sculpt and the kind of the color they've used on the panels and the lack of detail, but not a criticism. It just doesn't have as much detail. But it's so much better, isn't it?
And then a nice blurry shot of a Studio Series Soundwave. I think it is anyway, with your man Evan down on the floor sorting out bots to put in the display cases. There's his back, so we see what that looks like. There's Laserbeak. There's Evan, because he's more in focus than the Ravage that's being held up. There's still Evan. And Ravage again. There's Quick Strike. Remember him? Beast Wars guy? There he is.
2 minutes ago.
There he is.
Nice colours. Really 90s, isn't it? Really 90s.
Oh, very
colours.
much, yeah.
It's cool.
I believe the original toy squirted water from its tail, which the new one does not. And then there's the Studio Series Titan Grimlock with what I assume is the Voyager. Is it Voyager or Leader Prime? It must be Leader, is it? Anyway, it's one of them who can sit astride him like his noble steed. We called him a steed. Right, before I show this next picture, this might be spoilerific, but this picture, I thought to myself, oh, well, I won't share these. And then I noticed lots of people had shared them on the interwebs and through social media. So I'm going to share this. If you are reading the new Skybound comics and you haven't read the new issue and you don't want any spoilers, you might want to close your eyes and mute this for just for a minute or so. Paul, are you okay with us? Is this going to be spoilerific for you, or can you live with it?
I'm good. I've read it. I'm good.
Here we go.
He's already.
So, there is a page from, I believe, the latest comic, and that is, we've got Bulkhead and Mirage. But that's not what necessarily got some of the people I know excited who were reading this. They were very excited by Miles Mayhem of Mask fame. Well, not Mask, obviously, because he's Venom. But you know what I mean. Being in there as well. So, there you go. If anybody's, closing their eyes and sticking their fingers in their ears and going la 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 la. You can stop that now, although you can't hear me. So there you go. Transformers number 25. It's out there. Lots of people I know who have read it have absolutely loved it. It's a new writer, isn't it? So yes, go out and get your copy from your local comic book stockist, whoever that might be.
Dave was really impressed with it, Mr. Wallace. I think he posted the other day that
yes,
it was a really, really good read.
Yeah, he's loving it, absolutely loving it. So TFW 2005 shared some photos of the New York Comic Con once it was set up, basically. So I think these are from today. So there you can see Thundercracker again. This is Jet Mode, Studio Series, a Soundwave. It's starting to look better to me the more I look at it, which makes me glad I pre-ordered it.
Does look good.
Tapes. I still think Buzzsaw and Laserbeak look a bit weak.
Yeah, I just think the MP ones are so detailed. They could have, but it's such an old technology. The MP ones, they could have just used that sort of mold almost to do the Hasbro Pro ones.
Although they're using the masterpiece ones for the MPG one, aren't they? So would they put them out in 2 toys? But I get what you mean totally. There's Windcharger again, everybody's favourite Minibot. Not mine, obviously. There is the Voyager Transformers 1 Alpha Trion.
That's good.
There is the Leader Class, I want to say, the Last Night Optimus Prime. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And there's Studio Series Barricade from, again, I want to say The Last Night.
Would you even put it in a cabinet? Oh, no, sorry, we didn't bring it with us. Oh, sorry.
They brought 2. Anyway, there's it. Vehicle mode, there's
instant.
Arachnid. Yeah, everybody can get one. And if you like it, that's fine. There's Arachnid in her alt mode. There's that shot we saw again, but now properly set up. There we go. It's good to have that interactivity between the 2 figures, I suppose. If you can pose him like that or them like that. There's everybody's favourite Minibot Wheelie. And there's him in his alt mode. And there's Outback. Everybody's favourite Australian Transformer. Put into the cartoon. And there you go. So we had all of that, and then they showed off some of the other stuff. So there's Big Convoy we've seen before. Turns into a mammoth. Because why not? There's Brawl. Still looks very good every time I see him. Love that head sculpt. Whoops.
Yeah, it's good.
Too fast. Let's go back. There's Blast Off. Again, looks decent. This is the I've forgotten what it's called now. It's the evil version of Tiger Hawk, isn't it? Somebody in the chat remind me what the name of this one is. Anyway, it's a cool color scheme.
Samba Bird, Dark Bird, Samba Bird.
Samba Bird. Anyway, just shout it out when somebody shows it. There's Quick Strike.
Razor Claw.
Thank you, Race. Do you know, I was thinking Predacons, and I could not think. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, Decepticon.
Danvers said Razor Claw.
Phaser Claw. Might be a bit off.
That looks really
There's
good.
Short Shot. It's Quickness Prime again. You can see that head sculpt quite clearly. Even though it's got a number on his face. I'm pretty sure the final version won't have that. But look, the hands have disappeared. But they were back here. But that's because they're down here. They put them underneath. So it's either mistransformed or it was mistransformed the first time. There is Amalgus Prime in whatever you call that mode. There's Jalopy again. Just for our friend Mr. Dave Wayne. And then they showed off this as well, which is the Armada Nemesis Prime, which we will get onto again later on. That is available for pre-order for Hasbro Pulse Premium members currently. And was available from Indie Band Toys as well, though. I believe they sold out. And there's some more photos they released of him because he's great.
Does look great. Looks a bit very octane-ish.
Yeah.
Third-party octanes.
I do quite like the box. And to be fair, you know the inserts they put in them for the movie stuff that, well, some people might display them. This one actually has an insert that's from the one episode of Armada that he appears in, which actually looks quite cool. So I might not just throw that one away.
Ed. Hasbro Pulse Premium Wankers.
We'll get on to that later. Anyway, there's the packaging. And they also showed off the HasLab, which is looking very nice. Surely this must be coming out for people who pay for it soon. I keep seeing these pictures.
Looks so good, though. It really does look great.
It does, don't you think? But yeah. I can't remember if there's been any word of when this actually comes out, but soon, hopefully. Probably December. And then, that was a shot just of the whole thing. And then we got onto this, which was kind of breaking news, because this appeared, only a couple of hours ago. So, Hasbro did their Transformers panel, and they showed off some stuff we'd previously seen. Like the stuff we've just been looking at. Thank you to TFW 2005 and his time for these photos. Look, Razor Claw. Yeah. I knew that. They showed off some of the CAD designs again for Onslaught, who does look pretty fierce. And some very helpful close-ups.
If it looks anything like that, it'll be good.
As long as his hands disappear for transformation. But yeah, looking very nice. And then, once they got past the Studio Series stuff, they showed this. This is weird, but I'm sure some people are very excited. This is the Timelines Samurai, Starscream, and Optimus Prime. This apparently will be $60. So usually it equates straight over. So I would imagine about £60 over here. And the pre-orders were coming soon. So that's the outer packaging. If you haven't seen this, that's the bots. But because those pictures, they're just not as good as the good. Look at that box, though. I mean, that's a pretty fierce box. Box art, incredible. I mean, I don't know who was saying, do you know what we should do? We should do Optimus Prime and Starscream as some form of samurai warriors. What shall we do with the alt modes? Well, Starscream can be some kind of eagle hawk thing. Now onto the official product shot. And what about Optimus Prime?
So cool.
Why don't we make him an ox?
It's not cool.
Pulling a cart. Ox bull, whatever.
It's just like
mental.
It's just like they're just copying Iron Factory now. Like they've run out of ideas. Like, should we do Leo Kaiser? Yeah, let's do him. Iron Factory have done him, and now they're like, we've run out of ideas again. Should we do all the samurai stuff? Yeah, we'll do that as well. It's just and they can do that. It's their IP. So
of course they can do what they want with it.
Iron Factory, you never came up with these ideas.
Still got the cartwheels on his legs. I mean, I'm not against the design. The robot mode looks all right. The alt mode just makes me go, what? And then here's Starscream, who looks very much like it's based off the Air Razor mold that we've had previously, but I could be wrong about that. Might be a new and original one, but it certainly looks like it.
I'm up for this. I think I'll get this. The ox cart is brilliant. I've never had a Transformer which is a cart and mammals. Like,
you will get it, and then you will sell it.
And G1 combined.
You'd have it a week, Andy.
Yeah,
it won't even be a week. Gone in a day.
Don't mind waiting a week after it's released, and you'll be able to get one cut price.
Just in case we've forgotten about the alt mode, I included an extra photo.
It's brilliant.
I'm so
down for that. It is.
Anyway,
the best Transformer they've ever released.
And then we got these photos of Thundercracker again from Studio Series, which are a bit clearer. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't. The jet mode to me does not look like any kind of massive step up from what we've already had in recent years.
No,
robot mode
that's
obviously is a different aesthetic.
That looks great. The alt mode, the Earthrise mold looked great as well. So it was a great mold, but it doesn't look better.
I think it's good news for those people who maybe weren't planning to get these. But it does look good, and if you like the toon aesthetic, you will want these, I am sure.
I should be.
And then, last minute news. This is the first look via TFW 2005 member Rune, or is it Noon? It's one of those names. Anyway, it's the first look at the upcoming Skybound Energon Universe Optimus Prime figure, which, of course, is Studio Series 86 Prime, slightly remolded. And look, it's what we've all been crying out for, because we haven't had any. We need an Optimus Prime with a Megatron arm. And there it is for you. This has caused some anger within the community. Do you know why?
Is it
Anybody want to
because
guess?
they could have just included that with the original release instead of having it as a brand new release, and you can just get the third-party one for the full-party one for
It
like
could be
half
that.
the price.
Exactly, it could be that, because you can get the third-party one for half the price. Also, because they've changed the head sculpt on Prime to one that some people are saying is more accurate to the actually how he looked in the movie than the one we got with Studio Series 86 Prime. And apparently, the reason they gave for having the head sculpt it had was because it needed to look like that for transformation. But then people are saying, "Well, hang on, you've given it the head sculpt we wanted, and it obviously can still transform." So that suddenly that excuse doesn't tally up. But you know what us Transformers fans are like. It's not like we like to moan. And there he is, looking all primey, and I'm sure another 80 quid toy to pick up because it comes with a Megatron arm and a slightly different head. So go out and get yours. Right, should we do third party?
Yeah, we'll moan about it, but we'll go and buy it.
Yeah, we'll buy it in the end. Did the same thing we did with Soundwave.
Exactly. Third party news.
Battle tank!
Battle this.
It's heavy metal cruncher time as Optimus Prime goes toe-to-toe with Combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a Transformer missile fun phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can metamorph and use mega force, but Combat Optimus is still standing.
Yo. Right, so shall we start with this? I think we probably should. This is DX9 Toys D18. Well, it says Devative. Yeah, it's Devative. Okay, Devative. Anyway, This is a masterpiece scale Prowl from these photos are from Weibo user Suzaku68. Masterpiece scale Prowl, my peeps. What do we think?
I've got
Yes
the
from
DX9. It's quite a nice style, isn't it? How he's a little bit leggier, taller,
I mean, it
less
looks
chunk.
decent. Relatively clean overall.
I do like it.
Posable.
It was a fun transformation as well, the side swipe.
There you go.
If you do like that side swipe in the background, I have one for sale at a reasonable price. So hit me up.
Transformers the sales show. You can
link
buy
in the
a
comment.
Soundwave, a side swipe, some blockies.
Spent
I
all
just
this
realised I
time
don't like
building up.
Transformers.
Yeah, this whole time building up 18,000 emissions. Just now I can start selling stuff. Right, it's at the point now. Bring in the adverts.
I think this looks pretty good, like, to be fair. No, I'm not a Masterpiece collector, so it's not for me. But if I was, I would probably look to get this version of Prowl. Unless there's a better one that you can tell me about.
I think this is better than the Takara because obviously the Takara Carbots are now falling foul of the the bigger scale and stuff. So and DX9's side type was excellent. Still is excellent to be fair. He's
Really good.
He's not gone anywhere.
No, not worth picking up if you can get one. Very rare.
Especially
rare.
for a reasonable price on the groups.
Yeah.
I should be getting this proud.
Anyway, there you go. Comes with a spare head and his gun. And maybe other stuff, but that's all they've included in the photos, so maybe not. Yeah, and if you want a sideswipe, take a look in the groups. I'm sure you'll find somebody very trustworthy who's selling one.
£45.
£45 it might be going for. Look for
Steal.
Bargain.
Absolute steal. Where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was clicking on to Dreamstar Toys, Blender Warrior. Blender Warrior. Masterpiece scale Mixmaster. This is the test shot for this. So Mixmastery, because it's a cement mixer. Less Mixmastery, but certainly a bot.
I mean, Dan's in for this, isn't he? Because he's got like.
He's
bare money.
always in for it.
Yeah, loves a Devastator.
Poorly Express. He's cheaper than AliExpress. And there he is as a leg. Look at that, eh? Get your leg on.
Get your leg on. No,
There
it's
he is.
not my Devastator.
Yeah, this is not
Jacob
for
said
me.
is watching 3 different streams over the week. So we do run adverts if you catch up on the show. But if you watch it live, if you join us in the flesh, there's never any adverts. We have that turned off for the live show.
Yeah.
So we don't
You
annoy
just get-
the lovely people who join us on a Friday night.
You just get all of us all the time in stereo sound, unless you don't have stereo sound. But who the hell doesn't have stereo sound in this day and age? There's Fans Hobby MB26B Purple Saber Team, which is of course the Shattered Glass Star Saber / Air Defense Minicon team from Fans Hobby, purveyors of fine masterpiece Transformers. So the regular Star Saber team has already been out. I even considered buying one because I heard a rumor that it works with your Legacy Armada Prime team of the show. Hey, we're better than Temu. Well, Paul is selling stuff. There you go. It turns into a big Star Saber that can be held by bots like Galvatron. And that's the Fantopi Galvatron, which does look good.
Doesn't it? I was like the
Frustratingly
box
good.
for this. It was just like a complete rip-off of the original box, wasn't it? It just looked
Yeah,
brilliant.
they all pretty much were. They're done in the style, shall we say. An homage. Anyway, we haven't talked about Doctor Wu for a while. Doctor Wu with DWE-40. Sounds like oil. Red Tank and DWE-41 Star Shuttle, which is a micro-scale Warpath and Scourge from Weibo user Suzaku68. The photos were. I mean, not the toys. These are
It's
tiny.
really
though.
interesting why they paired the two of them together, isn't it?
I know,
Oh,
but I
it's
love it. I
random.
want this pack. Warpath and Scourge. Yes. A little
It
pack.
does make you ask why, though.
He looks great like that, doesn't he? And well done.
If you have a microscope, these are fantastic toys.
Galvatron and Gears are coming out next. Two pack you never knew you wanted.
Sounds like a buddy cop show. Galvatron and Gears. And there's Warpath. It is a little mini Warpath
Oh.
shouting into the void. And there he is. There's a little mini tank. See how he tanks. But this Doctor Wu stuff is popular. It's, it's
Yeah.
people want it, and people buy it, and people put it with their Titans. And then they drop this little nugget on us. So they are doing artillery and airburst, which of course are based off 2 of the members of the Autobot Micromaster. I want to say
Combat
Battle
Patrol?
Squad, was it?
Battle
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Battle Patrol or Combat Patrol or whatever it was.
Whatever it was called. Nobody, we don't care. The point is, they're doing Micromasters, but it's Doctor Wu. So then that prompted the debate where, hang on, will these be Micromaster scale? But we are of
millimeters.
the belief, yeah, it's just teeny. We were of the belief they'll be basically the same size as the other Doctor Wu figures, basically. Still pretty cool. Is it Flak, the green missile tank? And I've completely forgotten the name of the airplane one. Oh, and it's my favorite one.
Razor Claw.
It's,
Matt Davis
No,
sent
it's like
these.
Sunrunner. Thank you. Yes, Sunrunner. You got it just before me.
He's going to buy all of them. Loads of people said they're really excited, including me, about this because when we last had the MicroMasters from, it was Prime Wars trilogy, wasn't it? When they came out last time, just felt they weren't that exciting. It's going to be interesting. Siege, Siege. So it'll be interesting to see, can they get over that little issue there where it was just we were like, oh, cool, MicroMasters are they're just a bit boring.
Well, yeah, but this is Doctor Wu, isn't it? So it was Hasbro who decided to mess a bit with them. We'll give them more articulation, but we'll also make them fall to pieces every time you touch them, which wasn't popular with us. And also doing away with the teams of 4. I mean, that's such a cool thing to get a whole team in one pack. Having said that, we're only getting these 2, but I'm guessing there'll be another 2-pack coming for the other 2 members.
Knowing Doctor Wu, I think there will be, Andy.
I think so, Paul. Right, let's move on. New Age H72EX Typho Dino King. So there's 3 versions here. There's the toy. This is the toy one because it's shiny. There's a shattered glass one and a comic version. So we have seen some of this in the last week or 2, but these photos are, I believe, from New Age themselves. Look how shiny that is. Shiny.
So
turns into that thing, Ankylosaurus or whatever it's called. And there you
I'm
go.
Not capable of much thought, but I've given this a lot of thought. And I've decided it's a no.
Okay. We believe you.
I don't know how much it is.
Remark. Does that change your mind?
No.
Oh. Well, all right then. What about G2 colours?
G2 isn't a real thing. Why do we keep?
Did you just say G2 isn't a real thing? It doesn't exist. It's all
like the moon landings.
It's a big lizard imagination.
You've become
the Illuminati.
G2 conspiracy theorist.
It's very neat corner of the market.
It's a flat Cybertron.
They're going to do a Da Vinci Code type film about G2.
And then because you love Shattered Glass, there's the Shattered Glass one.
That'd be the best film.
The Shattered Glass one looks fierce, though.
It does.
I think it looks the best of the lot. I'm going to say it now. Except for Sludge, his colours look awful. But the rest of them, they look decent. Controversial opinions. Yeah, so they must come with an alternative head then for the Grimlocks that you've already bought, because they keep showing that off in the photos. Alternative head, Pete. I believe because like you're buying the big bot, aren't you? And I believe that is about £60. I saw some talk in the New Age Facebook group. Yeah, so I think it's about £60. Should you decide that these are for you, perhaps you'd like them in these comic colours, is it?
It wasn't in the comic.
Do it for you. Well, this one wasn't. No.
Oh, but that
was Volcanicus.
Oh,
look at that.
Cool.
He's got the crown and everything.
Yeah, he's got a crown and everything. How can you say no to that, Pete? The 60.
It'd be hard to walk, wouldn't it? When you've got Sludge constantly staring at your crotch.
Swinging his head around. Oh, dear. Anyway, that actually was all of the news.
Ooh,
in record time of only 40 minutes.
Should we do some bloody pickups?
Why the hell?
We now return to the Transformers.
No. You get anything?
Voices good.
Sorry. No, I don't think I did. No. Didn't get anything last couple of weeks. Something did turn up today. In fact, 6 masterpiece size Transformers turned up today. But I'm not allowed to touch it until Christmas. And they might be trained butts, and there might be 6 of them. Oh, I can't wait. But yeah, that's not
take charge of their household.
What, just open them up now?
Yeah. Bring toys in and not letting
These are my presents.
You are your own man.
So no, nothing for me.
Anyway,
Pete, did you get anything this week? Did you have
I did. I got quite a variety of things, none of which were
Ooh.
transfers.
Make him big, please. Enlarge him.
Warm your hands up. Weather's changing.
Oh, Nicky, bringing up fantasy football again.
Yeah.
So last month.
Bo from the latest wave of Master of the Universe. Dune.
I read that as bow. Bow.
Strange name.
Shadow Weaver. I'm not arguing about how to pronounce his name.
No, I just read it as bow.
Oh, okay. Oh, fine.
I didn't bum off E-Man. You do.
Another
Lost
carded.
his flow.
Yeah, completely. Just
Oh.
mine's gone places it shouldn't have done. Hey, Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man line. Already had one on card, but now I can have one open. This was a reissue of the first run from In Demand, and if I got some X-Men 97, but if I can just share rather than showing them all individually, because people have got better things. Down my picture. It's taking so long. Why is it taking so long? There you go. Okay. Keep talking amongst yourselves. There you go. I got the new wave of, I say new wave. Gambit and Wolverine were reissue, but Emma Frost, Sunspot, Logan, Jubilee, Morph, and Cable were of the new wave. And I bloody love X-Men 97. It's such a good line, and they're so like tune accurate. I'm not getting out of the Transformers game for Marvel Legends, but they are bloody cool. So yeah, I'm all in on X-Men 97 now. Just another line I needed to diversify on.
They did great.
And that was it. No bots this week.
It's all right. Good pick up.
I will be getting some next week. You bloody watch.
Andy.
Yeah. I got something. I got one on an impromptu visit to a little shop, little niche toy shop called Smythe's. Well, it might have been Smith's. I decided, I came to a realization that I didn't have a modern incarnation of this particular G1 bot in my collection at this point in time. So I thought, ruddy hell, I will pick one up because they've released him in a lovely Devastation stylee. And it's a Lambro. It's Mr. Sideswipe in his Devastation-y colours, which, in my opinion, are an improvement. Even on, well, I mean, it's basically the same as the, the one that came in that 2-pack that you've got, Paul.
Yeah, the Skywalker.
It's basically the same as that. But one thing, and I think it endears him to me. If you can tell, come on, get in focus. No, it won't focus because I'm here. Come on, get in focus. Get in focus. Focus. Anyway, the point is, his head. If you actually look at the head sculpt, the head sculpt is not Sideswipe's head sculpt. They've given him Red Alert's head sculpt, but painted so it looks like it's Sideswiped. So does that make him a rarity? Perhaps a hidden gem? No, not really, because he's just come out, so he's everywhere. But still, it makes me like him more, because Red Alert is, of course, my favourite of the... Well, he's not really a Lambro, is he? But he does turn into a Lamborghini. So I picked this up. So, Sideswipe. He's good. It just reminds me every time of how good this mould is.
Yeah.
Like, how many years later? How many versions of this have we had?
40 years.
And they're still knocking it out. But I didn't pick up the Wheeljack because I didn't find enough changes in the Wheeljack to justify dropping another 25 quid. But I probably will at some point.
Also, it's Wheeljack as well, so why would you?
Does the cell shading look as good in person as it does like in photos?
There. You see it?
Yeah.
I think it looks quite good. I'm not a massive fan of cell shading particularly, and he's going to live most of his time in robot mode. But it looks decent. The only thing is, I've seen like the comparison shots where you put him and Wheeljack alongside the Devastation Optimus Prime, and of course they don't scale because that's like
Small, isn't
basically the same height. But then that was designed to scale with other bots, so it's just
That is one, that Devastation Prime. I keep seeing him at Smith's. I keep picking him up and going, oh, and it's the one where the bot in this inside looks amazing and the product shots on the outside don't look great. I will get him and sell him one day. But
you can try him out, can't you? And then pass him on to the next person. That sounds wrong.
Thing to do. Right, cool. Let's move on then. So next is Foreplay, and tonight is Hidden Gems Episode 2.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
They are sex people. Aren't they? Off. Right. Hidden Gems. Pete, do you want to kick us off? So we've got Hidden Gems. So we've done this once before. We went through some Hidden Gems and we did it all over again. So these are Transformer bots from the last 20, 30 years, which we consider probably aren't that well known, but are an amazing bot and a bit of an unknown diamond. Much like my co-host Pete. So Pete, what was your Hidden Gem? Or gems? You can choose a couple if you want.
Mine was, and not necessarily because it's probably massively rare or anything like that, but perhaps underappreciated. And
it's good, isn't it?
much like his mini bot brother. Me, it was Legacy Windblade, which then went on to be Legacy Slipstream. Now, Legacy Slipstream got a little bit of negative press that it was a bit lazy to use the mold, but I don't think it was, because the mold was so good.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were quite happy with their Thrilling 30s Windblade that came out.
There's Thrilling 30s and there's Titan's Return, and in my opinion, I prefer the Titan's Return. But each to their own.
But there was the Titan's Return, and there was also Chaos of Velocitron set, or it might have been one of the other ones, which had the Thrilling 30s Wingblade in it, dressed up in that dark, which was really good.
Oh God, I forgot the name of the 3-pack, but it was Sentinel Prime in like a translucent orange, which I have. There was a Brainstorm in there in a slightly different shade of teal blue, whatever you want to call it, and a different coloured, a grey and blue coloured version of the Thrilling 30s one, I believe.
That's right.
That was a 3-pack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't Chaos of Velocitron, that was the other one, wasn't it? I can't remember.
No, Chaos of Velocitron was a 5-pack. It's killing me now. I should know the name of it.
It's killing me more listening to it, if I'm honest.
All right, you have to get on a brawn. Are we holding you up? Did you get the brawn with the other head?
Yeah, they're calling him Outback.
Not much of another head.
This is a fantastic toy. Very a traditional fiddle bot for me, and such a good mold. And if you didn't experience Windblade but Slipstream, and it was so good, right? I didn't have a problem just buying the same mold with a different head sculpt. It's such a good toy. Very the jet mode is excellent. The transformation's nice and easy. It's just a gem. Is it as hidden as maybe other things that my learned coast will have for their choices? No, it's probably not as hidden, but it is a gem nonetheless. And the engineering for the price you're paying is sublime. So for me, Legacy Windblade mold.
Good choice. Right, I'll step up next. So I think last time I went for Provider Unique Toys, which is normally my go-to bot for any hidden gems. So I had to find some other ones. So I've gone for one Chug, one Masterpiece, and one Legend. So I'll do them really quickly. So first of all, Chug was classics. Thunder, what's his name? Thunderwing, which I bought off Rohan, which is a brilliant bot. Really clever. Loads of little, like this bit comes off, it turns into a little boat thing. He's got guns which shoot. Both alt modes. You can't see his hands. It transforms. It's really slimline for a bot from over 10 years ago. So yeah, he is one well worth checking out. He's got light piping, as all bots should. Then in terms of an MP, underrated bot. So this one is kind of underrated for me. I can't bought him, put him in my collection. He stands with his cohorts from the 86 movie, and I never really picked him up. And then recently I've been just thinking, what a good iteration, if not my favorite iteration of Blur. And there's so many good ones. And it's Fan Toys Jabba. Let's see if we can get him on focus. Come on, babes. There's just nothing wrong with him. Like, he's just Blur. And in his alt mode, he's a perfect rendition of the Blur mold. So he is brilliant. If you haven't got him, I don't see many people talking about him on the forums or forums on Facebook or the socials or anything. Doesn't seem to be a popular fan for this bot. Then finally, why did Paul spread the bot's legs? Funny was it's a KO, so it is Jetfire, but it's a KO of New Age. Literally picked this up for £16 on Express, which is ridiculous. And I think Pete and Andy, you've had
your sound's gone a bit crap.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, there you go.
Better. So I think, chaps, you've held this, haven't you? When we went to had a meet up and had a few drinks one day, and you were both really impressed with
nice,
this.
isn't it?
Really nice,
very nice,
really cheap, and a brilliant rendition of Jetfire, quite big as well. That's mine. So, Andy, over to you, sir.
All righty then. I couldn't be bothered to get mine and hold them up because that took effort. So instead, I'm showing some pictures that somebody else took, at least of the first one. So I went for something. I didn't want to go for something obvious. So I've gone for Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Ripclaw, which in my opinion was possibly the best of the Beast Hunters Dragon toys, and retroactively got kind of included, in G1 through the Beast Hunters comic books that came out that featured the Dinobots. Just a really great. I love the dragon mode. It's one of the few Beast Hunters dragons that I regretted selling when I sold up a lot of that collection, and I went out and bought another one, which currently sits on my shelf up there. So actually, it wouldn't have been that much effort to get it. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's not get bogged down in semantics. There she is, because she's a she, on the right there, with a couple of her dragon bros, including Predaking at the back, and the other one whose name escapes me. It's like Laser Claw or something. And she's great, and she's quite poseable. She's got that massive tail. I quite like the fact that you can use it as a weapon that goes over the top, or it detaches and it becomes a claw blaster weapon that she can hold. She has an interesting head sculpt, which is a picture we can see better if we maximize it there. And she looks beastly, and she's great. She's just great fun. She's really solid as well. She poses well. Even with the tail actually helps because, obviously you can have the tail down and then it just helps with posability because you can use it for support. There she is battling with the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. These photos were from TFW 2005, I believe. And there she is with a couple of the other fembots from Transformers Prime, RC on the right, and the Arachnid on the left. God, that toy is awful. Sorry, if you like it, that's fine. Good for you. It's
it looks all right there.
It looks fine. It looks all right. I remember buying it and being like, "Oh, great! This looks fantastic." She's a helicopter, oh my God, that thing would not stand up. If you notice, it's leaned slightly forward. I know it's for the photos, and it's literally just arms up. Okay, just stand still. Just stay still. Don't knock the table. Don't breathe. Don't open the door quickly. Anyway, so yes, that's my first choice, and I don't think I've done this one before. Not for Hidden Gems, and she's great. I really like her. She doesn't come with that sword, sadly, so I may have to find a sword for her after looking at that photo. I'd love it if ABC did a version of this as well. They've done so many of the Prime toys that would be cool. And then my second choice is one that I picked up at this year's TFN, which is this lad, which is Transformers Cybertron Dark Crumple Zone. And I feel it's a hidden gem because when I spoke to people, not a lot of people seem to know about it, except for those of us who are Cybertron aficionados. And even then, it's quite rare to pick up. And this is lovely and beautiful to the point that it still stays downstairs with my bots that I mess around with all the time. And yeah, it's just great. Fierce colors on this repaint of what is a big dumb goon from the show. He still has the little wings. Somebody asked me that when I got it, whether somebody thrown away the wings. For those who don't know, when this toy was released, the wings were, I believe, sellotape to the back of the insert for the box. So if you didn't look when you pull the insert out and you cut the figure out, lots of people threw them away. So they just lost them. This has its cyber key. The functions on it all work. I haven't tried the electronics because electronics drive me bonkers. He's a big, lumpy goon. If you're not buying this toy for articulation, you're buying it for the fact it's massive and has presence. And he's great. I mean, look at those twin over-the-shoulder blasters. Blow your face off. But he's fantastic. And I was both stunned and extremely excited to pick him up at this year's TFN from the lovely people at Toy Fu, and for what was quite honestly a ridiculously cheap price, considering how rare he is and hard to find on the secondary market. So yes, my second choice would be Transformers Cybertron Transformers Cybertron Dark Crumple Zone. There you go, got it right. I can speak words.
Brilliant.
That's
I
me.
think a good hidden gem. It makes you want to see more of that bot, and once you see more of that line. And Matt said these are proper hidden gems. Forgotten they didn't know they exist. Vista said it's like a space orc. It was. And TLR1 said, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Right. Let's get on. Are you ready for a bit of social corner?
Social corner.
Let's do it. What should we do this week? So we've got a very special intro for Social Corner.
Here we go.
Where
Prepare
why are you
yourself.
laughing? Have you? Don't, you'll make me laugh. Have you gushed? Have you gushed recently? If you haven't, you may enjoy our sponsor tonight, Gushams. Over to you, Gushams.
Introducing new Fruitomic Punch Gushers with a taste that's gonna drive you fruity. It's very, very different and totally appealing. It's new Fruitomic Punch Gushers, the fruit snack bursting the juicy fruit punch in the middle. So fruity, they'll really turn your head.
Whoa, I'll say.
New Fruitomic Punch Gushers. The blast of fruit punch is gonna drive you totally fruity.
Man, I got a split.
Oh, do I feel like gushing now?
They did not think that name through.
It was a simpler time. Innocence was prevalent.
Get into Social Corner.
So many people receiving Missing Link RC this week, which is really nice to see because everyone shares them, their photos on social media. And Chicha Chris, prototypical, the prototype of Missing Link RC. Such a good photo.
Yeah.
Love the blast effects. Everything's on it.
Let's not get into who is or who isn't on the Epstein list. Not tonight.
Jar of loose screws on Blue Sky with Soundwave. The way they've got the perspective and the focus different. Yeah, it's such a cool piece of artwork.
We're still talking about that intro.
Gushams.
Oh, we're not called
Marvel
gushers.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Are you a gusher? Anyway,
I
that's
thought
a
it's called
different
Bow, so, you know,
Wow, look at that.
that's brilliant.
Marvel _V from Deviant Art. Just so there's a a few of their pictures. Delta Magnus, Triptychon.
Wow.
Cool.
Just, yeah.
Wow.
Yay! A Seacon.
You gushed then.
I became a gusher. I'm joking. I've always been one. Anyway, moving on.
More missing link. Plastic Crack with missing link. Sunstreaker, such an awesome photographer, and his photo is no different. I don't know. It just, the only thing that puts me off getting missing link Sunstreaker or Cordon or which, the arms are so long, aren't they? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, it looks like the original toy, I suppose.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, yeah,
Which
exactly.
is the point, but
Yes, yeah.
I get what you mean.
Go Gadget arms. Primetime Moth is doing a lot of videos on Insta and the Primetime Toys YouTube channel and stuff. So it's only right you give that little bit of a mugger push on Social Corner. Look at that
Yeah.
smiling face. She was trying to grab it.
I tell you what, I really like that polo top piece, got. And I'm not just saying, I genuinely really like that. I like a nice polo shirt, and that's I'd wear that on a night out. Well, mostly at TFN, but still, I'd wear it. That's the point. Probably mostly during the day when I'm working for Primetime Toys, but still, I'd wear it, and that's the important thing.
That is the bit.
So you're telling your boss you like the uniform. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
Moving
not my
on.
boss. I'm not strictly speaking employed. Just a volunteer.
Rauka Geoid on Blue Sky. I mean, A, getting the colours right on Rumble and Frenzy. B,
Damn straight.
the artwork. The artwork is amazing.
Shut up, Dave.
It's
Oh,
good.
dear.
Ryu, I can only assume they have taken a break from the street fighting competition to draw everyone's favorite, coolest Autobot. Jazz. Again, it's just, and some of these people we haven't shared their work before on Social Corner. Yeah, and I think it just shows how many talented people are out there that we've only just stumbled across them. But
Quietly.
Yeah.
another picture. This crap now.
Who can indeed?
This-
Hi.
This crap now.
That is quite funny.
Once again,
It's really funny.
It's
showing,
funnier than it should be, though.
yeah,
It's
showing,
just a car in the bar.
showing how rubbish Action Masters really were. But a little bit of fun and very, very funny. Again, but we haven't shared any of Toybots comics before. So it's newbies this week to Social Corner. But again, join in the stable of very talented creators on social media. And that was Social Corner this week.
Good Social Corner, Pete. Good Social Corner. So let's move on. It's now time for Fans Toys Innuendo. Troy.
I'm a big chocolate slut.
Jerry?
Fuck off. Shock your nuts. It makes you dance. Don't eat any bras.
Every
Right.
time.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Shock your nuts.
Right, so time for Fans Toys Innuendo. So we all know that Fans Toys fans are really passionate. I consider myself one of those. And every now and then they explode their passion all over Facebook with their latest purchase. What we're going to do tonight is I'm going to put a picture up, and you need to guess, my co-host,
Here we
there's
go.
always a clue in the picture of what that Transformer is. You two need to guess what the Fans Toys robot is. So here it is. So here's a picture. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Moth, who helped with this image. So here's the image. guess what the actual Transformer is. It's the big man. So it is. So it is the big man.
What's that accent? Oh. Don't mess with the king.
Don't mess with the king. What's good is you can actually see the face of the robot.
I was just going to say, is that not Motormaster?
When I've done it on my phone, I couldn't see that.
No, let's pretend
now
it's not. Is it Grimlock, the king? Is that who it is?
King.
Shut up, Dave. Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
Look how
You're
happy
a bad
Graham is as well. He's got those loving Irish arms, Northern Irish arms. So he is. So I think
Mark
we're going
with
for
hair is
Motormaster.
freaking me.
Yeah.
Or at least that much. hair.
Let's go Motormaster.
Okay, going with
it's
Motormaster.
Motormaster.
It was. Don't mess with the
Yay.
king. Some really good photos as well. So please go to Fan Stories. Must please check them out. Some great photos there. Which means it's time for the quiz now.
You have to say
All
that.
right. Past 5, very easy. Damn.
Oh yeah, quiz.
For me, it's still the best section. Right. To the quiz. Then. There's no intro for the quiz because I wasted it on Social Corner.
I thought you'd actually, when you messaged earlier today and said, I've done an intro for the quiz.
That was it.
You'd actually done an intro for the
Gushers.
quiz. Oh, never mind. Right. Get your pencils and pens at the ready, or you could use your phone because we live in the 21st century. Right, boys, you know the rules. Turn off anything that would allow you to see the live chat. Switch yourself over to the private chat for us so you can do the quiz. If you're at home, feel free to join in. Perhaps you'll do better than our panel, which is just Pete and Paul today. But still, it's all just a bit of fun. Nobody should take it too seriously. Nobody should get angry about it or PM me. PM me after the show. Anyway, so let's crack on. You know how it works. 5 questions, multiple choice answers, and then a tiebreaker question, which will not be multiple choice. We may not need the tiebreaker question, but we do it anyway because it's all just a bit of fun. All of the answers and questions have come from the wonderful TF Wiki. So if you have any problem with the answers, take it up with the TF Wiki. Don't at me. I don't care. It's just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are. Anyway.
It was 2-2, isn't it? So Pete's 1-2 against me. I've 1-2.
I haven't been keeping count because I didn't care enough. But yes, all right then. If that makes you feel better. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's do this.
I mean, to be fair, I'll quit while I'm ahead. Winning 2 is quite an achievement.
I'll take the draw.
Yeah, agreed.
No, we're like Americans. We can't stand a tie here. Let's crack on till somebody wins. Number 1. Remember to write your answers into the private chat and try to keep the nonsense to a minimum. That's a minimum, Farrelly. Right, okay, here we go. Question number 1. Which of the following G1 bots did not have facial hair? So did not have facial hair. Was it A, Trannis, B, Road Grabber, or C, Detritus? So which of those bots did not have facial hair in G1? Was it A, Trannis, B, Road Grabber, or C, Detritus? So we're looking for the bot that did not have facial hair. And no, Paul, it is not your mum, as you've just written in the comments.
She has no.
Pete, I'm not going to read your comment. That's filth. That's written filth. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, let me just break up those answers so we know who said what and who to blame. So, Paul, you went with C, which was Detritus. Detritus actually has a goatee. One of those little happy goatees. Pete, you went for B, which was Road Grabber. What was he thinking there? Was it that he doesn't have facial hair? Well, you were right because he doesn't have facial hair.
Did you know that?
Does
Did you know
have
that?
facial hair.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And Trannis was, I believe, from the cartoon, and he had a beard. Looked a bit like Alpha Trion, if I'm being completely honest. Right, let's crack on to question number 2. Question number 2. In Age of Extinction, a favourite film of all of ours, in Age of Extinction, who did Lockdown say he worked for? Was it A, Unicron, B, Quintessa, or C, the creators? In Age of Extinction, who did Lockdown say he worked for? Was it A, Unicron, B, Quintessa, or C, the creators? Paul's really thinking about this one.
Still on the screen.
Get the comments turned on, you How have we not noticed that till now? Is that what you were waiting for, Paul? Were you watching? You absolute
nonsense.
Oh.
System is there to be played.
Oh, I don't know why I do that. Anyway, the answer was the creators, obviously. Although I know people would argue, well, isn't Quintessa one of the creators? I don't care. All right, right to TF Wiki. Right, question number 3.
What was it?
How much?
What was the answer?
It was C.
C.
You're right. I just told you that.
Right.
You're not listening.
Oh, all right, fine.
Stop
No.
playing on your phone. Disgraceful behaviour. We need to replace it.
30-second lag.
Question. It was C, the creators that he said he was working for. Question number 3. How much was the total worldwide gross of the 2019, I think it was 2019, Bumblebee movie? Was it 2019? Well, whatever year it came out. So, Bumblebee, what was the gross? Now, I'm not asking you to guess. I will give you options. So, was it A, $468 million? Was it B, $524 million? Or was it C, $631 million? A, $468 million. B, $524 million, or C, $631 million? A, B, or C? And the answers are in. Right. So, Paul, you have gone for A, which was $468 million. Pete, you rebel, you thought for yourself, and you went for C, which is $631 million. That was a mistake. You should have gone for A, like Paul, because it was A, $468 million. Which means Paul gets the point, and I just suddenly realised I haven't been keeping count. So I think it's 2-1, 2-all. Yeah, 2-all.
Pete got the first one right. We both got the second one right, and I got the third.
Yes,
one
and
right.
you've got the third one right. Yeah, so it's 2-all. Oh, you could cut the tension with a spoon. Right, let's move on. Question number 4. Here we go. Prepare thyselves. In total, how many Ladybird books were released in the UK during G1? How many Ladybird books were released in the UK during G1? Was it A, 9, B, 10, or C, 11? A, 9, B, 10, or C, 11? How many Ladybird books? In the UK, because, people in the US, but what now? Okay. Right, okay, so we've got the answers from our lovely, lovely panel. Pete, you have gone for B, which was 10, which is a very solid attempt. But Paul, you've got it right. It was 11. Because it would have been 10p, but we have to include the movie book that came out as well. And I know that because I'd originally, when I wrote the question, put the answer as 10 and then remembered the Ladybird book of the movie, which I checked.
I definitely knew that.
Definitely. It wasn't a guess whatsoever. So, check on the wiki, Disto. Check on the wiki. Anyway, right, number 5. Anyway, according to the wiki, for question number 5, it's 3-2 to Paul, isn't it? So, Pete, you do need this one. No pressure, though. According to the wiki, what were the previous Cybertronian alternate modes of Rack and Ruin before a terrible accident and their repairs to save their lives left them unable to transform? So what were them? I haven't told you yet. And it's definitely not that, Paul. And I'll thank you to keep your mom's beef curtains out of this. Right. Question. So the answers, possible answers, is it A, mini trucks, B, mini jets, or C, mini cars? A, mini trucks, B, mini jets, or C, mini cars? Answers in... Pete, I would say you should probably try and go for an answer different to Paul's because you need the point otherwise.
I answered first.
No, but Anyway, doesn't matter.
None of this really matters, Andy.
No, nothing really.
It's great fun.
It's great banter. Right. The answer to the question, according to the GF Wiki, was they transformed into Cybertronian mini jets before their accidents that caused them to have to be fused together. And they couldn't transform. Now, there will be somebody there who will go, I think you'll find, Andy, that in Transformers Cyberverse, their toy transformed into a car. Well, it did, but that is not counted as G1. Look it up on the wiki, bitches. Anyway, right. That'll take us to the tiebreaker question. Because at the moment, it's still 3-2 to Paul. But Pete, this last question, the tiebreaker question, is worth 2 points. 2 points. Pete could snatch victory. The drama.
Come on, Paul. You can do this.
Yes, you G yourself up. Right, let's get on with this. Here we go. Right. We need more dramatic music when we do the quiz. So let's work on that for next week. Not now, because we haven't got time. Right. Tiebreaker question. Yeah, exactly. The only episode of the Transformers Armada cartoon to feature Nemesis Prime, who's topical because of his toy, aired in the US on what date in 2003? So it was 2003, but on what date did it air? Whoever gets closest wins. I should probably keep talking, otherwise we just have dead air. Oh, Pete, look at you writing the date like you're American. The numbers go first. We live in the UK. Told you this before.
What? That's 24.
So shall I just read your answer out? So
what did Pete say?
See, the problem is, it's funny for us because people can't see the 0. That's the issue.
That's why I love this section.
Yeah. Paul's guess is based around another momentous moment. And that's what he's based it on. Right, okay. Pete, I'm composed. Pete, you went for the 15th of June. Which was certainly
I thought
a
that's
guess.
like pretty much in the middle of the year.
You went in the middle. I see you played the percentages. I like your thinking. Paul, you went for the 19th of May, the day after you lost something.
Yeah, my
you learned to drive.
So what year was it? Let me just check. 2003 So it
not 1993, just in case you get
21.
confused.
Yeah, that would have been too early. Maybe RID 2015. That was.
And on that bombshell, let's give you the answer. The correct answer was the 7th of November 2003, which means the closest is Pete, who gets the 2 points and snatches victory from the jaws of defeat. Well done, Pete. But remember, it's just a bit of this week's quiz. Thank you for playing, and thank you at home for playing along as well.
So that means Pete's in the lead now. It's 3-2 overall.
Yeah, he gives him a 3-2 lead. But there's still time. There's still plenty of time for you to claw that back over the next 6 years. Or however long we do this nonsense for.
Yeah, fucking hell, 6 years. We've done 5. We're saying we'll do it another 5 years plus another.
Let's not lie to ourselves.
Be 80 still doing this. Oh, yes.
Oh dear.
We will. Andy, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So we go straight into discussion time then. So discussion tonight is paywalls. Is paywalls. Preventing you. Well, we'll get. Let's just do the discussion.
That's discussion.
We now return to the Transformers.
Can you remember 4 weeks ago I said let's do Toy Tales Visionary, and every week we get 1 week that will come. But the discussion tonight is all about paywalls. So we've got the Hasbro polls. Nemesis Prime's gone up, and you can't get it if you're a premium member until I think it's 24 hours. We've got some things going on with Mattel that Andy can talk about, and you think of the old was it the BotCon Transformers, which came out in the 2000s. Amazing Transformers, but you could only get them if you subscribed to the magazine. It wasn't cheap at all. So we're going to talk about that. Who wants to kick us off? Andy, do you want to kick us off? I just need to sort something out. Hand it to you, Andy. Kick us off.
This discussion really has come from originally the recent. He'll be back. He always is. The recent, what are we calling it? Age of the Primes, Leader, Armada, Nemesis Prime, which lots of people, including myself, were waiting to go up on pre-order. And when it came up on pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, because the only independent I've seen have it is in demand and they sold out quite quickly. On Hasbro Pulse, it was for premium members only to start off with, which you can understand because, you know, they do a premium member service that you pay for. So the problem many people have commented on is the fact that normally that premium members advantage that you get is maybe for an hour or 24 hours, maybe tops. So you've got a day. This is about 3 to 4 weeks because it's not available on Hasbro Pulse here in the UK for non-premium members to pre-order until I think it's November the 3rd, I'm correct in saying. Or certainly this morning when I last checked, that's what it said. So that obviously it just feels a bit shady, like a whole month almost before anybody else can even get a pre-order in. And we all know as collectors that we get some anxiety, most of us, if not all of us, when we want to pre-order something and we're not able to. And that just got us thinking about this whole idea of putting things behind essentially a paywall, like toys. Now, if it's content like YouTubers, if we had a Patreon one day, if we had a Patreon, you know, you'd put your content, extra content behind that paywall, fair enough. But when it's toys that people are often desperate to collect, that can be quite frustrating. So the discussion really is, what do we think about this? What do you in the live chat think about this? Is it fine? Is it, well, people pay for it, so it is what it is? Or do we think it's a little bit off, particularly to have such a massive gap as we have with this example? Or do we look at the Mattel Creations, where you pay, again, a subscription service, and you can't, or at least it's very difficult to get hold of these figures unless you are, again, a member. What do we think, people? Is this okay? Is it just capitalism, or is it, you know, shite?
I think if it's going to make them more money, they're going to explore it and do it. That is a given. Hasbro are a capitalistic company. They will look for ways to make more money, even if it means, and this is specifically making more money out of the core fans who will buy probably the more out there Nemesis Prime. So you have to be, there needs to be balance with that, doesn't it? Because you're going after the people who spend the most money, or one of the smallest groups, your die-hard fans who are going to moan. These aren't the people who go to Smiths and pick up random Transformers. But the subscription service, I don't necessarily fall out with. We think of a lot of things, subscription services, like there was my favorite one was the Star Trek Starships. I've got them all over here. There's absolutely hundreds of them. And they were like £20-25 a month. So every single month you'd get a new Starship. The quality stayed high-ish pretty much for most of the time, which was good, and that was fine. And now if Hasbro were to release a Chug figure every single month, and I paid £40 for it, I'd be up for that. That I can deal with. I think it's when you put a way of paying more money without getting the figure, and you sign up to a premium service, and you get access to that figure first, then you're actually saying, if you have the resources to buy that premium service, then you're going to be first in line, rather than we're going to release this figure to everyone, no matter how much money you have. And that I probably fall out with a bit. What do you think, Pete?
I think it's really hard, isn't it? Because it'd be interesting to see, you know, they release X amount of quantity available to Hasbro Pulse, and I guess they're working on the basis that they'll still get the same retail value. They'll get the additional funds from people who bought premium. But how would that counteract against releasing more Nemesis Prime to the open market? presumably they would bring in more revenue stuff. So is it then a carrot to get people to buy Hasbro Premium because you're in with a chance of getting Nemesis Prime? Because that's what we're saying, isn't it? You're in with a chance.
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed one. You are not guaranteed one because they still have characters like Megatron, as you see, Megatron. That was
Your
released
mic's
before.
a bit in and out, Pete.
Is it?
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
just
There you
come
go.
forth. Yeah, that's
Come
great,
back
yeah.
now.
We had it with Studio Series 86 Megatron, didn't we? It's sold out on Hasbro Premium in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That to me, that's not what Hasbro Premium or Hasbro Pulse is being sold to when you buy it. You're taking it because you want to be able to guarantee getting that bot. Not to be necessarily first, but you're almost guaranteeing it. So I think it's a tricky one, isn't it? It is. But I think to Andy's point where he said earlier about but maybe YouTubers doing it with a Patreon and all the rest of it. It's a very different model, isn't it? And you are then, if you want to see it, you pay for this, which is very different to what Hasbro are doing. And I think it is a bit naughty.
So is this driven by Hasbro though? Because the information I have from my interactions with many a toy dealer in recent years is that actually Hasbro Pulse, the people who run Hasbro Pulse here in the UK are not Hasbro. It's a company working on behalf of Hasbro. Hence why they sometimes have problems with getting in certain figures, because they're reliant on Hasbro providing them, just as any independent would be. But obviously Hasbro Pulse should have the priority as it's representing Hasbro. But it's not actually run by Hasbro. So that's something to maybe think about. Like we said, it's a way of Hasbro making money. So how much of that premium that people pay, which somebody made a very good point. I think it was Sunstreaker Titan made a comment about the fact that you pay £40 a year. The amount you potentially save in postage costs means it pays for itself almost.
Yeah.
If you're buying that much. But I suppose for those people who either don't want to or can't afford to be buying that much each year, for them, if they're missing out, that might be frustrating. Or would be frustrating, especially if you end up having to buy something on the aftermarket. Because let's be honest, we've all been there at some point with a figure where we've had to pay over the odds, whatever it was to get it.
It just kind of gets a little bit worse as well. Like Rich was saying tonight, like Titan, we were talking about Titans Return. Some of those prices of those figures, if you miss them, they're through the roof.
They're mad, and that is very true. Titans Return Windblade was, I think, the one that we talked about earlier on a little bit, or I mentioned it, and I think Bisto made the point that the aftermarket prices on that figure are now ridiculous, which I guess it just wasn't that well stocked, or I don't know. But yeah, I get the frustration. It was frustrating for me as somebody who's been waiting for that and isn't a premium member, because I don't always buy from Hasbro Pulse. So for me, buying the premium membership, I like to support the independents as well. So several different companies I buy off, not just Primetime Toys, before anybody says you're just going to go on about that, Andy. But but for someone like me, then it becomes frustrating. I wouldn't mind if they'd said, oh, you've got to wait an hour before you can put your pre-order in. That's normally the standard, pretty much. If they'd said a day, I'd have probably said, yeah, fair enough. It's a Comic-Con exclusive, because that's something to mention now. This is, at the moment, supposed to be a New York Comic-Con exclusive, that particular Nemesis Prime figure, being sold at New York Comic-Con this weekend, I believe. And then I think Toys R Us told us it's also being sold at London Comic-Con as well, I believe. So maybe that's why they've put it behind that paywall for that amount of time, because they're saying, well, because we've made it exclusive to these Comic Cons. But for people who are waiting, is there going to be enough stock? Is it going to turn into one of those things where before it even goes up for non-premium members, it's sold out? I mean, I think it's the not knowing that makes people get a bit twitchy.
but I get, when you go back to, stuff like BotCon and stuff like that, it was a carrot to get people to go, wasn't it? Is the fact that you have got this opportunity to buy this figure or this collection that's not going to be available anywhere else. It's only going to be available here. But the way pop culture has exploded over the last 10 years, that if there weren't Comic-Con exclusives, would it impact attendees anymore? So by a manufacturer saying it's a Comic-Con exclusive, you're almost restricting the revenue, aren't you? You're choking it, because you're saying we're hoping, and invariably they end up, oh look, we've got access to it, and because they don't sell them all, but you're almost choking the performance of it. And I don't know, I think we're still acting like we were in the the early 2000s, mid 2000s, where these comic conventions and stuff were starting to grow. And it's just naughty, because I think ultimately you're trying to create buzz and hype about something that perhaps would get, Dave Wayne made it a good point. Have it on the shelf. Do you know what I mean? You'll sell it. You'll sell it.
Yeah, I'd love it if we went back to that more. But Hasbro seem to make so many deals with so many different retailers for certain figures, and they always, I suppose, they've got to make it worthwhile for the retailers. The retailers want something that they know people will want to get, which is why we end up with figures that everybody wants that are hard to get because they're a Walmart exclusive in the US, or they're a flipping Walgreens exclusive. Remember the Brainstorms that were a Walgreens exclusive? So if you wanted to finish your Titans Return Headmasters, that became a massive pain. And it's not just us. I mean, I know in the US that the distribution is extremely uneven, and there'll be areas that get very, very little, and then other areas where it's almost flooded, and they all end up in the, is it Ross's is their kind of budget stores where like they pick up,
was it Fortress Maximus turned
up, and they've had lots of others that like we were like struggling to get them over here, and we're gonna have to get them imported or whatever we have to do, get them off eBay for an inflated price. And then you see pictures going up in the forums and in the Facebook groups, and it's like, oh yeah, I just popped into my local Ross and picked up that figure for $10, and you just swearing loudly, unless the children are around. But yeah, I think the paywall thing, I think this example, I suppose, is different to most. I'd never really been that bothered about the paywall because it's never normally been a particularly big gap. So premium, Hasbro Premium, fine. If you want to pay it, great. I do think if it doesn't guarantee you the figure, I find that quite, if it was me, it'd be quite hard to stomach if I was paying for premium membership and a pre-order went up. And let's say I'm at work, as many of us often are when these pre-orders go up, and you can't just suddenly jump on the internet. And I can't just tell the kids in the class, we're just going to all take a break for 5 minutes while I get my pre-orders. And it doesn't work like that. So when you're like in that situation and you go and it's sold out in 15 minutes and you get home and you've got no chance to get that's frustrating. And I know somebody said that the other thing with Hasbro Pulse is it's often more expensive than the third party, the independents. And that is true. I know that the in-demand toys over here in the UK, they had Nemesis Prime up for pre-order, which sold out, and it was it was import stock, so that it was a higher price than what Hasbro Pulse are selling it for. So most of the time, Hasbro Pulse tends to be more, unless it's something like that that's import.
But like the Marvel Legends stuff is always cheaper on in demand than it is Hasbro Pulse.
Which is why I buy from the independents a lot, or I try to. Not because I'm like some kind of saint, because it's often cheaper, and the people who run them are nice people. So
in demand are awesome. All right, cool. So the next bit of our discussion was where do you like to talk about Transformers? So unless you got anything else to say about that.
Here, just for
Yeah.
comments like Bumble Jumper 82, got our lovely Ed saying just wheeling the TV. It's not 1987. Just wheeling
Big heart,
the TV.
Gareth.
I don't even
You
think
watch
schools
videos
have a
for
TV
extra hours.
most- The board is a TV nowadays. Anyway, sorry.
So check out a little bit of video to get us into this. So we wanted to have a discussion about where you talk about Transformers, or where you used to talk about Transformers, and where your favorite place to talk about Transformers. And talking of talk, who remembers this gem?
Come on, Cole, jack back. 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50.
Chat back. Yes. That was from the 1990s, everyone. That's me about who did you
have that?
do for the internet? And we all used to use chatback, didn't we? Like
Did
me,
we?
you, and yeah. Pete, we used to use chatback.
Oh, losing your B place makes so
Okay,
much
yeah.
more sense now.
I wasn't allowed to ring the house up the road, let alone.
Oh wait,
My
no.
dad would have gone mental.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So where do you chat about Transformers? So I guess we'll start off with where we started talking about Transformers. It was probably in the early 2000s, gone to forums and stuff, but it was probably TF UK where I really started to chat about Transformers to other people. That's where I started speaking to you, Andy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
TF
yeah.
UK, we met each other at TFN. TF UK was brilliant for that. Made loads of friends from that, many of whom I still speak to today. And it's just such a nice way of doing it, because you can put pictures up and go, "Hello, I've got this Transformer," and everyone goes, "Oh, that's good."
Not everyone does.
Some people get cross because it's the
It's a
internet.
phony.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's rubbish. Shut up.
There's also TFW, the forums, who are amazing for news as well. And brilliant. Cheap viewers on streambo.com. Remove the space. Thank you. Recognizable.
That's
Donkey
a very good
one.
point. Recognize
Yeah.
donkey something.
Rudy needs to make a call.
I started off on the forums, I think, first. Cybertron.com. I was on there for quite a few years under my pseudonym of Crankcase79, where I still pop up every now and again. And TFW 2005 as well. And I can't remember at what point I found TFUK, but TFUK was like a game changer, because all of a sudden it was mostly UK based Transformers fans. So kind of went from feeling like there was me and about 3 other UK based Transformers fans that ever seemed to post on the forums to you guys and everyone. And yeah, that's a massive bonus being in that group. And I still think it's one of, if not the best UK based Transformers fan group to be in. Even if you're from the US, I think it's worth being in there, or anywhere in the world, because you can still interact. And like you said, it is nice when you show off a new toy and people comment on it, hopefully positively. You always get one or two who just want to come on and moan about a figure, but yeah, that's a great place to start off. Where else would you go? I think Blue Sky is a good place for people who want to chat to, let's say, nice people largely in the Transformers community, but it's a bit harder because it's not a group. But there's lots of nice people on there. And Transformers the show, I'm going to shout us out. I think we need a shout out because we have our own Facebook group, Transformers the show, and we have a fair amount of chat
active,
that goes
isn't
on
it?
in those groups.
Every
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
comments and
If
posts
only
and chat.
if it's only me sharing news that nobody cares about but me, but then other people can then comment and have a look at it as well. So that's another really good one to get involved with, I think. If people haven't, but I think if you're watching this and you haven't been on the Transformers the Show Facebook group, what are you doing with your life? Sort yourselves out. Come on, come join us.
It's good. And if you like football, there's a fancy football team which Nikki will tell you she is top every week.
Rolling up again, actually.
Destroying us. Destroying
Whoa,
everyone.
whoa! Why have we got Babe Station chat going on?
Sorry.
going on?
Some
Is
great
that 'cause of the
base
chat back?
I used to live with for I think it was 7 years. Lived with my mate Dan and my other mate Gemma, and my trick was in the morning was to run out. Dan, You can't hear me. Was to run out, turn Babe Station on just before I left for work because Gemma used to leave after me, turn it up full whack, and hide the remote. So as she comes downstairs, there was music going on. She'd have to try and turn it off, and she'd always have to turn it off with the plug. You rotter, Farrelly. But yeah, the Facebook community is amazing, isn't it? And I probably missed I was more into retro video games with the forums, but the forums were just back in the day, they were absolutely amazing. Great to get on the forum. Other than that, Twitter.
What did you, on Freeview, no passport. Oh, I feel like we're getting a window into some people's lives.
I'll show you after the show, Andy.
What's Pete on about? Pete. What's Emma on about, Pete?
I don't know.
Yeah, Pete.
It's like zero context.
Did you to turn Babe Station on and throw the remote away when Emma walked in downstairs and opened the
TV was randomly on.
Oh,
I accidentally ordered it.
Yeah. A month's worth.
Says here you watched it for 33 minutes.
Yeah.
I was confused. Anyway. Sorry.
Where else did we talk about? So Twitter. So build Twitter, do a little bit of that, but people seem
Instagram.
Instagram's always good. Here in the live chat, this is my favorite place. It's like
this is where I
chat about.
Yeah.
You just don't get comments like that on Facebook, do you, Ed?
You just don't. It's mainstream now, though. There was a wrestling event on from Australia earlier today that my son was watching, and the Australian crowd were helpfully chanting at somebody that they were a wanker.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's all fine. It's all good old-fashioned family entertainment.
It is.
Commenting on my fact I don't have Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Grandad can't figure out Facebook, so he's not on there.
TFN's the other place to actually go and see people in the flesh and talk to them. That's a brilliant place to go if you haven't tried that.
And TFUKCon.
TFUKCon, indeed.
Is always such a lovely, not Babe Station, no, always such a lovely atmosphere there. Just because it is a smaller convention, but it's still a perfectly rounded convention. And for anyone who has attended it, I'm sure they would tell you it's a very nice, relaxed atmosphere.
MySpace was great. You could rank your friends. That was amazing.
You could what?
Rank.
Oh, sorry. But we gone back in the conversation again. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that was always good.
Toy Me, Toy You. They do a lot of chat about toys, although they did an episode last week that was Transformers wasn't allowed, I believe, which is sacrilegious. So, sort it out, boys. Yeah, no Transformers allowed. I mean, there was some Transformers talk, but there was no Transformers allowed.
Right, so can we just clear this up, right? So, I'm not on Facebook through choice. I know how it works.
Why aren't you on it?
Of course you are, Grandad.
Because I just look. If I want to hear people moan, I'll just leave the room. You know what I mean? I don't need to go onto the interweb.
Oh dear. Right. Anywhere else? Chat. Tell us anywhere else where you would go to.
I think it's mainly on the Babe Station chat.
What about a local hostelry? Hey,
the pub to meet actual people.
Yeah. Real life people. Do they like the Transformers robot?
I think the TF Nation mini-cons are quite a good way to get in as well. One of those things, isn't it? Pete just does TikTok now. He does that, and of course,
the irony
and the grinder. They're the big three, the Holy Trinity, or the Unholy Trinity. Yes, Besto, a convention is a good place to meet up with people, or toy fairs if you meet people through the groups and can get together.
Yeah, definitely. Loads of places to go and chat.
Meet on the steam train.
You can meet on the steam train. You can. you know what? You can. I think that's it, really. I think we're going to round up the show now. Listen, thank you so much for joining the show tonight and all your comments. Thanks so much, Pete and Andy, for being brilliant hosts as well. An absolute honor to join you tonight. That's it from us. We're going to go off now. But please head over, as we said, to the Facebook group, Transformers the Show, and have a chat there. We're almost at 1,000 members, which is insane. And there's always loads of news posted by Andy, loads of jokes and banter from me and Pete. So head that way. If not, we will see you next Friday at 8 p.m. on Transformers the Show. Goodbye.
It's time for Transformers, the show!